What up, Super Fun Force? Captain Gamesta, and today we have Beyblade X. We have the BX-00 special edition for Dranzer Spiral. Now, if you guys already know or don't know, I started Beyblade in the Burst series around the end of Cho-Z, beginning of GT. So I'm not familiar with this original, like the plastic series and the or the plastic gen and the metal fight. But I still think there's a lot of cool Beyblades that look awesome, and I definitely, have some, and I'm always gonna be open to play them and everything like that when I get my hands on them. And this one I think is interesting because they took Dranzer S, and again, I don't know much about the Blader and the Beyblade, but I do know that they have at least 2, 3, maybe 4 generations or evolutions to Dranzer, because obviously I got some of them in the random boosters from Burst, and I really liked how those plastic gens, had new colors, and they basically look like the originals, but they made them a little bit larger. Maybe, I think they're a little bit larger, but it's, they basically remade them brand new. These ones, they basically added metal to them. What I do find curious, and maybe one of you guys can tell me in the comments who's familiar with Dranzer, why did they choose Dranzer Spiral and not the original one, or not, excuse me, well, yeah, the original one, or not the final evolution? Because this is, I don't know, kind of in the middle, maybe. So if they plan on making the other ones later, like the final form, I feel like they should have started with the original one and maybe brought it up. But if they just make the Dranzer S, I'm curious as to why you think they would have chose this one. Why is this one like a favorite or whatever? Now down here it says, traditional Beigoma evolves in the 21st century by blah, blah, something blah, 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 with super high speed. The good old Beigoma is developed, they spelled it wrong, they said developed, to answer the hungry needs of today. And this is part of the Road to 25th, and then on the back shows you here what you got. Again, you got the Dranzer Spiral 380T, there's the Ratchet 380, so 3 contact, or not 3 contact points necessarily, just 3 protrusions maybe, and then 80 millimeters is the height, and then we got the, was that like needle or flat? Let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. So it would have been nice to keep the box on this one because I like the manga art, so I might still try to do that, but again, it came to me a little bit squished. Unfortunately, FedEx, or not FedEx, this was UPS, they kind of smashed my box, sadly. So this was on the top of the box, so this got smashed, so did my triple booster BX-08, and then also the BX-07 starter set. So the individual boosters for the other ones came out fine, but this is the one I wish was in mint condition, but whatever. Whatevs. Okay, so it does come with some stickers, and there you go. Let me just bring it a little bit down here. Let's see what we get. So I'm gonna pull this off over camera. And this will be pretty quick. Again, I just want to kind of look at it, assemble it. I won't put the stickers on right now, but you definitely have to put the stickers on it. Otherwise, it is just really plain and bad looking. So anyways, what I think, the competitive or the meta is obviously super young right now. So who knows how things will go. Obviously, the stadium and the entire series seems to favor attack. So we'll see how things go with stamina, especially I think is going to suffer. A lot of people, I think, said like, oh, Beyblade Dynamite Battle on the Dynamite Battle Stadium was like nerfing attack types, and I'll probably talk about this in a different video. But almost, the opposite now with Beyblade X, which is fine. But what I want to say is that out of all the Beyblades, what I was basically leaning towards is that it seems that this remake is technically a little bit weaker, because I'm not going to weigh it right now, but I've seen other people weigh this one. And essentially the layer just seems, I don't know, just not as, it's obviously not all metal in the fact that you have, well, let me see, is this metal here, or is this plastic? I guess maybe, no, maybe it is just all painted metal here. Sorry, let me bring that closer. So I'm not really 100% sure. I would have to, I guess it is painted. But anyways, we'll just assemble it really quickly. So let's take a look at how it does. And then we just pop this in. Cool. Well, that's it. It has that nice kind of matte blue. It is a little bit darker than what I've seen for the original colorway, but again, I don't know how the original one looks. Then here's the stickers and everything like that. So again, I will be putting the stickers on later. It's a must, but you know, at least there's only like 4 of them. Very simple. You know, the center, the blades, and then right on the other side. Otherwise, it looks cool, but I think so far what I've been seeing is it's been like the weakest performing out of the first wave. You know, including, you know, the Skull Scythe, the Wizard Arrow, the Knight Shield, and the Dranzer Sword. This one seems to be, at least in stock form, pretty weak. And then I don't know if the combo that you build with this will help the layer, or excuse me, the blade be any stronger. But I think it looks really nice. Again, I have to do a little bit more research. Let me just feel it off camera. If there's a way to tell. I mean, I guess it is all metal. I didn't really... When I was watching the video, obviously, they would have said it on Takaratomi, but it would have been in Japanese. But it looks, because the center is middle. Oh, okay, I see. So upon closer inspection, I think that what's happening here, fix this, it looks like the blue, all the dark blue here is plastic, but if you look, you can see that the outer edge here that's painted blue is metal, and actually you can see some of the paint bleeding onto that. So pretty interesting. I mean, I don't think the shape is very powerful. I don't know what type the original was supposed to be. I mean, obviously they're trying to emulate Dranzer S. They say here it is, it should be attack type right spin because it's red, but it's relatively smooth here. You know, it is a little bit thick, but I wouldn't say as thick as even the sword or the Knight Shield. But essentially, you got this like triangular slanted up, these 2 spike points, which weren't even part of the original one, right? If you look, the original one would only have just the blue, so it would be striking with just these rounder edges. But the Metal Fight is what gives, or excuse me, the Beyblade X is what gives it this new, kind of like slightly pointed on each side, which I think would have been good, but that's hard, you know, to determine how that's gonna strike. But essentially, it's just all-round metal, and then the 2 here, and like I mentioned, it might actually be lighter, which might not, depending on, you know, the build, it might not be good for attack. I mean, in Dynamite Battle and GT, you can get away with a light layer, and you can beef up the weight with the driver or with the forge disc and the frame, so that there's a good balance, because obviously when the Beyblade is lighter, it can move faster, which is important on the B33 and even the DB to some extent. But on this new stadium, I think weight is going to be key, because as long as you launch it and aim to get the Beyblade on the gear, then that'll carry the speed for you and let it strike. So in that regard, it'll still move fast, but it won't be hitting with the same weight power that one of the other full metal ones will, because again, if this all here is plastic. But again, you know, maybe that doesn't make as big of a difference. Maybe it does. I won't know until I play with it more, and I'll fill you guys in later. Otherwise, I think this Beyblade looks great. Now, if you're a fan of Dranzer S and the characters in that series, I'm sure you just want to get this to see it, you know, being now full metal, at least, you know, the outer portions of it having maybe not full metal, but additional metal, and of course being modern. So you can at least try to battle it against other Beyblade X's. It's, you know, it's power and strength and everything like that are yet to be determined. But I guess it's a great start, guys. So there it is. Super nice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you a fan of Dranzer S? Have you been playing with it? Do you think it still is a strong attacker? Do you have a good combo with it? I'd like to know, because I would go ahead and try it out. Otherwise, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Don't forget, keep your faith, say a prayer, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. We'll be coming back at you. Peace.